Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on the mission to change the way the world is. My name is Shurina. I'm a certified nutritionist, health, nutrition, brain performance coach, and just someone with a lot of passion to help you guys to learn how to use nutrition and lifestyle as precise tools to look, feel, and do your absolute best. Guys, today is Monday. Happy Monday. It's the beginning of new week, new goals, new aspirations. It's kind of like clean sheet and you can draw or write anything you want on it. And that's precisely how I want you to approach not just Monday, not just beginning of the week, of the months, of the year, maybe your birthday or any other significant date. I want you to approach like that every single day. And that actually also a note to self. I want to be better at learning, at approaching every day like it's a new day. It's a new beginning. Because it is, guys. Yes, we go through experiences, we learn every day, we progress or get better towards certain things. Sometimes we find out that we are not great in things, and sometimes it feels like we are getting backwards with our progress. But every day, it's new. It's an opportunity to restart things and have a fresh look at things. And if things aren't working, we'll change them, right? So for me, for example, in my work, building my brain performance, productivity, group flow optimization, business coaching, for me, in my business this week is about trying something new on a massive scale, like approaching 100 companies today with a certain offer and see whether that worked or didn't, right? And if it didn't, what can I do in a different way? So for me this week is practicing looking with a new pair of eyes, through a new lens, looking at things that I do at work and in my business, and rapidly adjusting, learning, and changing things. And guys, the more we are able to not be stuck in our yesterdays, but instead look at every day as a new day, as an opportunity to try new things, to figure out a better way, the more we are not stuck in the past, the easier, the faster our life gonna move and progress towards a place where it feels better, right? The more we adjust things that are not working, instead of thinking, why are they not working? Maybe I should try 10 more times. The more flexible we are, the faster we move through these cycles of learning, adjusting. Again, the faster we're gonna grow, we're gonna develop, and we're gonna move to a new place. And if we do everything right, if we adjust according to our inner guidance, wisdom, and feeling, and, gut feeling often, we are going to be ending up in better place with its own challenges, but it's going to be progress forward. So guys, why I'm also talking about approaching new day with a mindset of it's fresh in you. Also because we also have the power to shape it in a new way with the environment that we create for ourselves, with things that we allow in our environment, whether that mental environment, emotional environment, what we see, who we talk to, what we learn, what we watch on either YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, what we read. We can actually first figure out what it is I want to build today. And let's say for the next months, right? I see myself as a leader in the coaching industry for remote hybrid companies. I see myself as an amazing public speaker, one of the best. I see myself as a best-selling book author. I see myself as a leader who helps others to get better, who is out there not just for themselves, but more for others, asking questions like, are you okay? And how can I be of service? So I see myself as that person. Now, am I like that already in each situation? No. There are so many situations that I could have done better. But every time, if I stop and pause and I realize that that's not exactly the way I would like to act in that situation, I can adjust and maybe slow down a little bit. And when the next situation arises, I'll try to change my mindset and how I react and act. And again, it's kind of like a little bit vague, I think, at this point. But what I'm trying to say is we can picture and feel that person, that hero, the best of us that we aspire to be. And then we can design environment, actions, things we expose ourselves to bring us closer to that vision of ourselves and of our life. So what exactly do I mean by that? Words. You can choose your words. How do you talk to yourself? How do you describe yourself in the mirror to yourself? Who are you aspiring to be? And then now that person that you aspire to be, what kind of books does this person read? What kinds of music makes this person feel aspired, inspired, and acting in their best ways? What kind of people inspire you to be your best? What kind of quotes? What kinds of books? What kinds of knowledge makes you super curious and inspired and motivated to be your absolute best? You can what kind of spaces, right? I love beautiful views, looking at things from the top, going on a balloon ride, or going to a higher rise and just look at things from above. It inspires me. It makes me feel about things bigger than myself. It makes my goals and thoughts bigger, right? But then every word, how do you talk to yourself? How do I talk to myself, right? How do I want to show up? I want to show up as kind, of service to others, inspirational, also fun, and not so serious about every single word, being afraid to offend everyone just because everyone is so friggin' damn serious and on the guard about everything, right? I want to be fun. I want to inspire. I want to lighten things up, lighten someone's day up. And I want to choose words that are beautiful, that are exquisite, that are eloquent. And I'm still, by the way, working on my vocabulary because I realized that my vocabulary wasn't that rich. But that matters because words, guys, they have vibrational frequency. When you pronounce the word exquisite or luxurious, pronounce it, guys, with me. How does it make you feel? Realize that every single thing you expose yourself to, be that a video, piece of music, piece of art, piece of some movie, right? It changes you. And it changes your energy and the way you think, the way you feel, and the actions you're going to take. So approaching every single day as new, you also have the opportunity to choose all these things in your environment to make it easier for you to manifest the self that you want to grow and the future that you want to create, that you want to build. And this Monday, I don't want to talk about nutrition or any health protocols. I want you to understand that these things, mindscaping, emotional scaping, they will give you the biggest progress, making all the habits you aspire to do so much easier. You know, when people ask me, Angela, don't you ever want to have like a dessert or just go all out and eat a lot of pizza and chips and I don't know, choose your favorite. And people don't understand that these are not the questions I'm asking myself. Every single time I'm choosing a meal, I'm asking myself, how can I, with this meal, manifest the best freaking awesome, badass version of myself? Most beautiful, energetic, aspirational, fucking fit and agile. Like, how can I manifest this person a little bit more with each meal? And then the choices that come from this question. Pizza is not even on the radar because pizza does not make me feel the best. Like, it just doesn't. But eating a meal rich in vegetables, in things like fatty fish or yogurt with nuts and seeds, a lot of fruit, like a lot of whole nutrient-dense foods, that makes me feel almost majestic. Another word, majestic. Pronounce it. How does it make you feel? And the foods that I'm eating, they make me feel that way, right? And that's why I'm so freaking good with my eating habits, because I choose them coming from that question. How can I manifest the most badass version of myself today and feel so freaking awesome that no obstacle will seem like a issue at all? Feeling like changing the world. What kind of foods can help me to manifest that? And that's how I'm making my choices every single day. I'm not asking, how can I eat the most crap and not get fat? Or how can I make six-pack? Like, that never inspired me. And whenever I tried to focus on body fat percentages, it just felt exhausting. It felt stressful. It felt very often meaningless, because like what does it make a difference really, unless you're some fitness model or influencer whose living depends on your six-pack. But even then, you gotta figure out how to make it fun. Unless that, like, why the fuck does it matter? Tony Robbins, one of my favorite persons on the entire planet, just because of his level of energy and how he changes people's life. He never shows you his six-pack. And he still inspires millions of people and leaders of the world, right? So it's all so subjective. And that's why, I'm so good with my nutrition, because I'm asking different questions. I have a different purpose. And then eating the way I do and changing things, experimenting things, looking at the science of things. How can I make myself better? That's why all the habits are so easy to do. And you'll read in books like Atomic Habits by James Clear, a lot of books on habits and formation of new habits and breaking bad habits. They all talk about identity, your goals, your aspirations first. And then from that, building any sort of habit going to be so much easier when you understand why exactly it's so freaking important to you. And doing things that are not important to you and meaningless, what's the purpose of that? Vanity, but that can only last so long to inspire or motivate anyone, right? And plus, it's gonna feel stressful. And let's stop here for a moment and get back to the theme of today. Take every day, look at every day, at every situation, at every encounter with a new pair of eyes as often as you can. Very often it will help you when you slow down and you take a breath before responding to every situation. That will help you to not look at things, at your days, at people through a filter, but it will help you to look at things without a filter. And from that point, you can build new reality. And to build that new reality faster and easier, be very careful and intentional. The word is intentional, guys, about designing your environment, your physical environment, your mental, emotional environment, people you talk to, books you read, speeches you listen to, music you listen to, and lyrics, poetry, colors, vistas or views, and pictures you look at, colors, foods, flavors, smells, everything you surround yourself with, words you choose, tonalities of your voice that you choose, they all matter, and they will change you, and they will change people and the world around you. And that's how you start truly manifesting the best in life, like magic. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Well, actually, I wanted to start sharing with you how to optimize your apartment, choosing your environment for maximum brain productivity and performance and health as a digital nomad or remote worker who travels a lot more these days or works from home now. I wanted to talk to you about that, and I'm gonna. But today I felt like this was more important. And also, guys, a little story, my gym story, to help you have a picture, visualize what I'm talking about today better. In the gym, every session I end with a lot of flexibility, a lot of balance exercises. And there is one posture where I balance basically on my neck without support of hands in any way. I think in yoga they call it candle pose. And it's been going cool and great, but I've still been struggling. And one day I decided to focus not on not falling, but on picturing a spot on the top of the ceiling or somewhere just up there in the air, basically. Picturing that spot, feeling it energetically, and trying to align all of my limbs, my legs, and my arms going up to that point, trying to reach it. And it made it so much easier to not fall and just basically float on one spot, my neck, of foundation. And I realized that maybe in life it's the same. When you focus 100% on where you want to go, what you want to reach, instead of not falling backwards and avoiding the past, maybe when we focus our full attention, intentionality, energy, visions on the future, on building, creating, manifesting, designing that future vision of self and of your world, maybe then things will become much, much easier to reach. And what was behind is going to be not our reality anymore. And I'm going to leave you at this point to ruminate and think about that. And guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Share this episode if you found it useful. And till next time, as usual, eat better daily.